Tiny Habits was developed by a Stanford research scientist, B.J. Fogg. He's been studying behaviors over 20 years. It's his life work. And he says that a habit is a behavior that you do over and over and over. You do a behavior long enough, it becomes a habit. You link enough behaviors together, you can start a series of habits. You link enough habits together, you have now a process, and it builds and it grows. A tiny habit is something that you can do every day. Something that takes less than 30 seconds, and something that requires little or no effort. The idea behind the tiny habits is that if you're going to rely on motivation alone to make long-term change, it's going to be a struggle. If you use internal motivation alone to make that long-term change, it's not going to last either, because the change we're making is difficult. It's that, okay, I'm going to go from 0 to 150 in 30 days. What Tiny Habits does is takes it and says, let's look at the smallest piece. What can we do? What it does is it gives us an opportunity in that middle area where we have the most fertile ground to start planting some seeds. And all we're going to do is plant seeds. We're not going to worry about fertilizing. We're not going to worry about any of that, because if you plant a seed where it's likely to grow, it'll grow on its own. You don't have to do anything. So here is the recipe for Tiny Habits. You start out with an anchor. Something that you do every day. Something that is not unusual. You don't have to do anything different. Every morning I brush my teeth. Every morning I get out of bed. Something that you do every single day. Whatever it might be. I take a shower. I hope you take a shower every day. That's the anchor. It needs an anchor. Something that it goes with. Okay? The second thing that is, I will. So you take the anchor and you add your tiny habit right after that anchor. After I brush my teeth, I will floss one tooth. Not going to floss them all, just one. Okay? Remember, they're tiny habits. I brush my teeth, I floss one tooth. And then we celebrate it. Awesome. There is a connection in our brain that likes positive reinforcement. If I do my tiny habit and I reinforce it with something positive, a celebration, awesome. Then the likelihood is it's going to stick, because I'm going to want to do it more. And then I'm going to want to do it more, right? So I start out with, I'm going to brush my teeth and I'm going to floss one tooth. Awesome. The next day I brush my teeth, I floss one tooth. Awesome. Then pretty soon, if I'm going to floss one, I might as well floss two. But we're building this habit over a period of time, and it's small enough, it's not painful, and it just becomes part of what we do. The next thing you know, you're brushing your teeth and you're flossing them and you're not even thinking about it, because it becomes that habit. Okay? They have a website that you'll see here in a minute. The Tiny Habits, it's a whole community, and it's really cool. So I did this process of going out and doing some tiny habits, because I want to be able to tell you, hey, whether it works or not, right? So here were the tiny habits, the recipes that I used. After I take my pills, I will drink a glass of water. Awesome. Pretty simple, right? I take my pills twice a day. I need to drink more water. It's a tiny habit. It takes me less than 30 seconds. It's easy. The result? I'm drinking more water. But I'm also developing this skill of putting in tiny habits with things that are really small, tiny. Another one was, after I start the coffee, I'll drink a glass of water. There's the theme there. I need to drink more water. Awesome. Okay? So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you one that you can practice. And I promise you that if you do this, and you do it every day, and you continually do it every day, you will start seeing changes that you don't expect. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. Everybody gets out of bed sometime, obviously. When you get out of bed, your feet land on the floor. Unless you're really weird Spider-Man. They may hang up on the ceiling, I don't know. So every day you get out of bed, your feet hit the floor. So here's what we're going to do. When your feet hit the floor, I'm going to say, it's going to be a great day. Awesome. Okay? And believe it or not, as simple as that sounds, it is a lot harder to do. Because I wake up in the morning and I'm laying there in the bed and I'm thinking, okay, as soon as my feet hit the floor, I have to say it's going to be a great day. But is it really going to be a great day? I don't know if it's going to be a great day. I don't know if I want to do this. But if you dedicate yourself to doing it, you slip out, your feet hit the floor, it's going to be a great day. Awesome. Okay, so let's practice it. Pretend like you're getting out of bed, and your feet are going to hit the floor, and then you're going to say, it's going to be a great day. And then celebrate however you want to celebrate. If you want to get up and dance, that's fine. If you want to just say, awesome. Okay, so on the count of 3, our feet are going to hit the floor. Then we're going to say what?
It's going to be a great day.
It's going to be a great day. And then celebrate. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a great day. Awesome. Okay, now that's my challenge for you. Do that. Just start doing that. If you take one thing away, just start doing that, and you're going to feel a difference. If you're interested in finding out more about tiny habits, it's amazing. Well, we're going to say it's going to be a great day. Here's the website, tinyhabits.com. Because he's a behavioral researcher, there is an opportunity for you, or for me, as I did. You can join a 5-day trial. It's not really a trial. You can join a 5-day process where you actually establish 3 tiny habits, and every day you get emails from coaches, Tiny Habits coaches, that ask you, how did it go? Or are you going to do them tomorrow? And they are using that data to continually research how tiny habits are impacting people long term. Now the beauty of this is, because we know change happens over time, I want to, what was one of the, I want to run for school board. So figure out, what can I do as a tiny habit? It's a little step. What can I do? It's another little habit, tiny habit, little step. Little step, and the next thing you know, instead of ending up in Iowa City, you're actually headed towards Minnesota. And as we take those tiny steps, and we do the things through our tiny habits, we can actually impact where we end up. It no longer becomes a matter of chance. Are there going to be bumps along the way? Oh yeah. Are there going to be detours? Yeah. But then, we know, change is difficult. So still, I'm going to ask you, what would you do if you weren't afraid? If I let my fear, that Teresa might have said no, stop me from sending that email, then I wouldn't have been here today. And if one person goes away from here today with something that they can use that is going to impact their lives long term, then I'd say that was a pretty good investment. But if I'd let my fear stop me from doing that, it would have never happened. What is it that you want to do? Maybe running for school board, even though it's scary. Maybe it's singing, even though it's scary. Maybe being a national speaker, even though it's scary. If you do the things the tiny habits, the little steps, that get you to where you want to go, you might be in that position to really impact somebody else. The only sure way to fail is to not even try. So then when the question comes up, who moved my cheese? You can say, I did. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that presentation. Now, I know what you guys are, you got something?
Go and then I got something.
Finance manager's got something? I know the big question that is on everybody's mind and you're really looking forward to is, where is the Hall of Fame lunch and when